From me is Mr. Ian Guthrie, headmaster at El Shaddai Christian School at the high school, and the high school's deputy principal, Mrs. Catherine Murray. Catherine and Ian, great having you in the studio with me. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Yeah, good to have you. So what happens to the school when you're not here? Everyone's running amok up and down the corridor screaming because you're not there.
We are a bit worried that the mice might be playing.
The ship sails.
We did leave another deputy behind to look after things.
It's lovely having you here. And Christian school, no less. Not something that we see every day on every street corner. Plenty of schools in Cape Town, but not many with a Christian perspective like you have. Tell us a little bit about how this differs from a regular school where they will have prayer and Bible reading at the assembly on a Monday morning.
Yes, so I think the main thing is, rather than having a Christian ethos, we actually build intentionally into our students through our program. So what we do is major quite heavily on discipleship, which is integrated into our lessons, and actually we set aside time for that as well. So we concern not only with the academic aspect, but we want our students to develop a real faith at the same time. And so everything is geared towards not just the academics, but that faith aspect as well.
Yeah, so Catherine, it's not just there's a religious instruction lesson at some point during the course of the day. It's integrated into how things work throughout the course of the day.
Yeah, that's it. So we're also a Cambridge school, but I think it's important to emphasize that we're not a Cambridge school that is also Christian. We're a Christian school that teaches a Cambridge curriculum. So the way we teach our curriculum is from a biblical worldview. So every lesson is integrated from a biblical perspective. What is the bigger picture that God intends in the topic that we're studying at hand? So it's wonderful that we can teach an internationally acclaimed curriculum like Cambridge, but biblically integrated, that we're really plowing into our children to develop a kingdom mindset.
In the Cambridge curriculum, we've got some parents, and we're going to be talking specifically about the open day at the campus. So there are parents who might be interested, and some say, okay, we know the CAPS curriculum. What on earth is Cambridge? If you can sum that up for us in a way that some of us as parents can grasp how that differs.
Yes, so it's actually an international curriculum that's offered by Cambridge, obviously based in the UK. But I think there are more than 215,000 students around the world that actually write the Cambridge curricula. They offer a variety of subjects, and I think what's important about Cambridge is that they move away from sort of just fact regurgitation to getting students to think critically, to adapt what they've learnt to particular situations, and to think out of the box, really. So it gives a very different slant to things. And what's really nice is it's internationally accepted. So it does help our students get into international universities around the world. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Plus, it's also accepted in South Africa as well. So that's pretty important.
Yeah.
And the universities know and respect the Cambridge syllabus. So that's good.
So that's happening, but it's not just all hard work in Cambridge. At El Shaddai, focus on sport and culture and an all-rounded experience, as well as the discipleship that you mentioned, Catherine.
Yes, that's right. So our school has 5 different pillars that we function on. So discipleship being the one that weaves through everything. We also have our academic pillar. We have sports and culture and school life. But the common thread through all of that is really the biblical integration. So on the sports field, as members of a team, what are we portraying to the outside world? What are we teaching our kids from a Christian perspective? How do we function as a team? In our cultural periods, which are woven into the school day, yes, we're instilling 21st century skills. We're also looking at soft skills, developing our students, but also from a kingdom mindset, really plowing into them. What does it mean to disciple in the space that you're given on the sports field, on the stage, in the music room, in different spheres of life? We have school life that weaves through everything that we do. We have a lot of different activities that we get to celebrate just being Christians in a school space where the world presents activities in one way. We'll grasp it and say, hold on, we can challenge our students to do things slightly differently and really experience every aspect of school in a Christian way.
Yeah. The school's not massive, whereas there are many schools where there are lots of children crammed into a classroom. Smaller classes gathering at El Shaddai Christian School. What size are the classes, and how many kids are there altogether in the high school?
Yes, so we've got just over 200 students in the high school, and roughly, obviously it depends on each grade,
Yes.
but roughly about 20 students per class. But when you get to some of the less chosen subjects, you can have fewer students in your class. So we really appreciate that, because you can then really build into each individual and take more interest in them, rather than having a large class where you can't get around to everyone.
Yeah, that's quite a special thing to be able to be in that kind of a situation. So the parents, grandparents, guardians listening and saying, yeah, this is really something that I'd love to consider for my family. El Shaddai, not just the high school, Ian. I mean, starting at pre-primary, going all the way through to grade 12. So that's
Yes.
also quite something special. You're in it and you go all the way through.
Yes, indeed. And it's quite exciting to actually see when our matrics come through, the ones who've come all the way from pre-primary through primary and into the high school. And what we feel is that it just gives us that real opportunity to build into those students' lives. And yeah, when you talk to the alumni, they're really excited about their time at El Shaddai. You were talking earlier about the 14 years or 12 years that the person hated. It was quite interesting at our athletics day, inter-house athletics the other day. The kids were actually singing a song, "We Love Our School," which was quite refreshing.
Yeah, that's
because
exactly what you want.
They really do like the school, and they enjoy being part of the whole community that the school represents.
Yeah, I myself have walked the halls of El Shaddai, and I noticed you made a mention, Ian, of how many Cambridge students there are there every year. And I noticed there's a board up in the school that says there's actually El Shaddai students that not only have achieved the best marks for Cambridge in South Africa, but some for best in the world. I mean, those are some fantastic accolades, Catherine.
It really is.
Yeah.
We're very blessed to have such stellar students and wonderful teachers that are able to produce those results. We know we're not just about the results, but it's really something that affirms what we're doing. I want to hop back to the alumni and what they're feeding back into the school to see children after their 14 years at El Shaddai. We have alumni, I think we have about 5 different alumni members that are currently assisting us, serving, working at school in some capacity or another. Some of them are teachers, some of them are assistants, some of them are coaches. And that just shows us a journey that's completely fulfilled, a full circle where they're really plowing back because they believe in the vision of El Shaddai.
And you've been listening. I've got Catherine Murray, Deputy Principal at El Shaddai Christian School, and Ian Guthrie, the Headmaster, sitting here with me this morning. And there's an open day coming up. So we've been talking about the school, getting people interested and excited about possibilities, and now the opportunity to visit the school and see for themselves. How's that going to work?
Yes. So the open days are sort of more formal way of getting people in, but we do welcome people just coming at any stage, because we can give personalized tours of the school. So we're trying to make our school available, but what we do on the open days is actually give you a real feel of the school. So you'll join the assembly, you'll see classes in action. If you bring your child along as well, they can actually join in the classes, get involved, and actually feel what it's like to be a student at El Shaddai. So we don't want to just have a sort of, the classrooms, the facilities kind of tour, but we want to actually, we want people to see what's happening at the school and to understand it a little bit better. So that's kind of the rationale around the open days.
Yeah. Far more realistic to see it in action as opposed to, popping in and just peeping and peering through the window, but actually getting involved. We love that. What are the dates? And quickly, does one have to make a booking? How do you get in as part of the group? So let's first start with the dates.
So we have a primary school open day next week, Tuesday the 17th, and then the high school's open day is Wednesday the 18th, and the pre-primary is on the 20th. So you're welcome to email admissions@escs.org.za to book a space, but you're also just welcome to arrive on the day and join us for the morning and see what it's all about.
That sounds exciting. Just run through those details. I know some people want to check something out online, get a bit of a feel and see some things there, and then to be able to email. So where can they find it online?
So our email address or our website is www.escs.co.za, and then you would find our admissions officer's email address down the page, admissions@escs.org.za.
Yes, .org.za, not co.za.
Yeah, .org.za. So we're going to check that out online, and simple ESCS search in Google will get you there as well, or Al Shaddai Christian School, as easy as that. So the high school, and these are the heads and deputy heads of the high school. That's happening on Wednesday, the 18th of February. That's next week and Wednesday. So make sure to get in there and don't miss out on that. If you've got any questions, if you missed anything, you can contact us. We'll pass you on to the relevant places. And people, thank you for being here. It's so great to hear more about El Shaddai Christian School, about the high school, and hopefully getting people interested to go and find out more, and who knows what journey your children could be on moving on from there. And for those listening saying, no, but we've got littlies, don't worry, the pre-primary all the way from grade 0 and 0 all the way through to grade 12 at El Shaddai Christian School. To Mr. Ian Guthrie, Headmaster, and Deputy Headmaster Catherine Murray, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for sharing about your amazing school here with us this morning. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having us. It was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much, Brad.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Don't miss out on the opportunity.